Girl, have you ever been so excited because you met a nice guy? He knows how to treat you, and things just seem to be going so well. You have been sharing with your girlfriends the type of man that you are dating, and then all of a sudden it slips out that I believe he's my man. One of the things that I like to caution single ladies when it comes to dating and relationship titles is being careful of not giving a man the relationship title of your man until he is willing to give you a commitment. Hi, my name is Coach Honeylove, Erica J. Holston. I am a dating and relationship coach. I help single women position themselves as wives to manage their emotions and to date strategically when it comes to their dating journey. I'm so excited that you are here today. We are going to talk about when should you talk about a relationship title with a man? So let's go ahead and get into today's video. So, like I said, you met a guy and things were going so well that you just feel like, oh my goodness, like I feel like he's my man. I feel like we would do well together. I feel like we would be able to talk about being in a relationship. But if a man hasn't talked to you about commitment, if he hasn't talked to you about being his woman, if he hasn't talked to you about seeing a future with you, you are actually putting the relationship cart before you actually get in that cart with him. And as a dating and relationship coach, this is one of the things that I like to caution women. And I understand that you feel good about dating him. He may be one of the best men that you have actually dated, and things just seem to be going so well. And it's just like, look, I like him. I think he likes me. So we together. No, like you really have to wait until a man steps into that leadership role of wanting to make the relationship official with you. I love to share with single ladies that a man should initiate that conversation first, right? And you don't have to, as a woman, feel like you need to rush the process because you don't. When a man comes into the dating experience with you, if he sees you as his woman, he will be able to communicate that to you. And it doesn't take a man long because if he could see a future with you and he feels like he could see, you being his woman and again, a future with you that he doesn't want to miss the opportunity for you to become his woman. The next thing is that he doesn't want you to be on the dating market very long, okay? This is one of my story testimonies. When I was a single woman and I had met my husband, we've been married for 13 years now. He had talked about us being in a relationship within 2 weeks. At that time, I didn't quite feel like I was ready, but I felt like the Holy Spirit was leading me to being in a relationship with this amazing man. And so I didn't want to miss this opportunity. And I had said yes. being his girlfriend, but here was the difference. We weren't necessarily entering into a relationship. We were entering into a courtship. And, when I coach ladies one on one or in the Honey Love Dating Academy with our live masterclasses, I talk to them about being in a courtship, which means you you have the title of a girlfriend and that relationship is leading toward marriage. When you're a girlfriend just to be a girlfriend, you're just being in a relationship, especially if you don't have the goal to get married. So we were really entering into a courtship. I was his girlfriend until he had actually proposed to me. So, like I said, in my one on ones coaching programs and in the Honey Love Dating Academy live masterclasses, I actually have to break this down to single women in order for them to understand the difference. And I'll just talk about myself when I was a single woman before I had actually met my future husband. I would get into a relationship just to be getting into a relationship. I felt like a commitment was good enough. Have you ever felt like a commitment was good enough? Have you ever felt like, oh, well, being in a relationship is good. So this is what I'm choosing to do with this man. And you don't necessarily want to think about marriage. I want to caution you, if a man doesn't know where he wants to take you, if he doesn't want to talk about marriage, if he doesn't want to get married, you are actually putting yourself at risk of being the long term girlfriend. You are putting yourself at risk of not going beyond the relationship title of a girlfriend or you being his woman. So let me go ahead and put my sister hat on. How many years do you really want to be called a man's girlfriend? How many years? I suggest to single women to not be in a relationship no more than 2 years. And here's why. It's because you can become very comfortable of being in a long-term relationship, it not go anywhere, him not propose to you, and him not talk about where he wants to take you, and you could again put yourself at risk of being a long-time girlfriend. How many times have you heard one of your girlfriends or you heard your girlfriend talk about her other girlfriend and they say, like, girl, they've been together for 7 or 8 years. And you like, what? 7 or 8 years and he hasn't proposed or they're not married or 15, 20 years. And it's just like, okay, what is stopping you from getting engaged? What is stopping? I'm not just talking about you, I'm just talking about the couple. What is stopping the couple from entering into a courtship or being married? I believe in doing things God's way. I believe that when you're married, there are certain blessings that God gives to you that a relationship won't give to you. Okay. And being in a relationship and being married is totally different. Some people say, oh, it's just a sheet of paper. I disagree. I just understand that when I was previously in a relationship, just to be in a relationship, that I was really only given a commitment. I mean, if something were to have happened in that relationship, God forbid, for, my ex-boyfriend to pass away in a relationship, like, what would I have been left with, right? Or if he had got hurt, and they needed to do medical intervention, how could I have really helped? And I wouldn't have been able to help him, right? Versus when you are married, you have access to so many blessings, and you have access to the authority of being a wife, right? But today, we are talking about, when should you talk about a relationship title with a man, right? So, as a single woman, I'm going to encourage you to ask a man, how does he feel about commitment, and what does commitment look like to him? You should be able to ask a man within the first week of him taking you out on dates and you talking on the phone with each other, because you want to know how he feels about certain things. Don't let a man misguide you or mislead you in any way, shape, or form, especially being a woman that wants to get married, being a woman that, is going into a dating experience as a future wife. He who finds a wife finds a good thing. So when you are on your dating experience, you should actually be going into the dating experience as a wife and giving the vibes of a wife to a man. And so when you do it like that, listen, like, he's going to have no problem talking to you about commitment. The issue is when a woman actually starts claiming a man before he gives her a commitment. If you give a man the title of being your man and he's not your man, then you are putting yourself at risk of being let down. And I wouldn't want to see you to go through that, because you deserve so much more than that. You should date a man that makes you feel secure, that makes you feel that he's not afraid of commitment, and that makes you feel like he knows where he wants to take you. If he is not able to do any of those things for you, Houston, we have a problem, right? We have a problem. And you just want to make sure that when you date a man, that you're doing it God's way, that you're doing it the right way this time. Like, let's think about this. Like, don't you really owe it to yourself to do it the right way this time? Don't you owe it to yourself to not be the long term girlfriend, to position yourself as a wife, to manage your emotions so a man cannot take advantage of you, or to not give a man wife benefits as someone who is just dating him, or giving a man wife benefits and you're not even his girlfriend? So, let's talk about relationship titles. Like, what does a girlfriend look like to you? Like, what does the role of a girlfriend look like to you? And what benefits do you give to a man for you being his girlfriend? Then, what role as a man does a man play in with you? Not play, but you get what I'm saying, right? Like, what does a man do? What does your man do for you, right? And what benefits does he get as being your man, right? So you really have to know, what are your relationship titles, and what are those roles, and what are the benefits. When you are dating, You should come into the dating experience serious minded. When you are dating, don't give a man the title of a your man until he talks about commitment or until you ask him about what does commitment look like to you. And again, as a woman, it's going to be so important for you to feel safe with the man, for you to feel like he's got you and God's got you in this dating experience. I just don't want to see you getting ahead of yourself. And this is one of the things I talk about in the Honey Love Dating Academy with single women who are positioning themselves as wives, who are managing their emotions, and who want to date successfully with strategies. This is what I teach women how to do these things, right? And I would love to see you being able to do these things as well. This is the reason why we're talking about when should you talk about relationship titles with a man. And again, don't give a man a commitment if he hasn't given you a commitment. And if you do, and let's say some way, somehow, it slips up that he's your man, or you guys are going out on a double date and you introduce him as your man, and he may put on a good front with you, but then when you get in the car, he'll be like, I didn't tell you that we were together, or I didn't tell you I had wanted to be in a relationship. I just don't want to see you get hurt. I want to see you to be with the man that wants to be with you and who wants to claim you and who wants to see a future with you. So don't allow yourself to be misled and don't allow yourself to be consumed with your emotions to the point to where you convince yourself that he's your man when he hasn't even talked to you about being in a serious relationship with you. Okay. So when it comes to relationship titles, remember for you to actually um, know what those roles are, know what the benefits are, and I'm going to suggest for you to wait for a man to talk to you about wanting to make you his man. I think that in today's modern society, it's more acceptable for a woman to be more forward, and that's fine. Um, I don't disagree with that, but that's not my preference. My preference is for you to know that a man loves you and is crazy about you and does not want to be without you. He wants to be with you. And there is an urgency for you to be his woman, right? So go into this dating experience with caution. Don't let a man mislead you just by the way he makes you feel. Like, truly have certain conversations with a man, and for you to know that you are worthy of being in a courtship, being a wife, and for you to be excited about being married one day to an amazing man who is going to be your future husband. And this time, you're going to date differently. This time, you're not going to be let down. This time, you are going to date God's way, and it's going to be an amazing dating experience. Isn't that what you want? You want to have an amazing dating experience with a man who wants to treat you well. I'm Coach Honeylove. It's been a pleasure being here with you. Make sure that you like and subscribe to my YouTube channel and also comment below what you liked most about this video, and I'm going to let you know that you are worth being a wife. You are worth being married, and you are worth a man being a good type of crazy about you. I'll talk to you soon and take care.